Join us as we cross Canada to celebrate innovative nations leading the way in community planning. Coast to coast, we will explore the 7 C's of community planning: culture and languages, community-driven, nation-based, community engagement, communication, collaboration, connection, and commitment. Community-led planning is central to good governance and nation rebuilding. By bringing the voices of citizens together to explore the past, acknowledge the present, and envision the future, Indigenous communities and nations across the country are rebuilding themselves and creating positive, lasting change. The Quebec Comprehensive Community Planning Circle, known as the Circle or Le Cercle, embodies the importance of connection between community planners and between nations. By planning together and supporting one another, we see that all things and all people are related and connected.
Amy, je suis membre de la communauté Innu de Pessamit. J'aimerais commencer par mentionner que les peuples autochtones de l'île de la Tortue planifient depuis les temps immémoriaux pour assurer le bien-être et l'harmonie de nos nations et de nos territoires. Donc, la planification communautaire, c'est pas du tout un nouveau concept à ces territoires et ses habitants. Suite à la vague qui a débuté dans les communautés de l'ouest et l'est de l'île de la Tortue, l'IDD-PNQL a commencé à son tour à être impliqué dans la planification communautaire comme démarche. Le mouvement a depuis rapidement pris de l'ampleur, si bien qu'en 2024, plus d'une vingtaine de Premières Nations sont maintenant impliquées ou en voie de commencer une PCG.
The FNQLSDI really began supporting comprehensive community planning as we know it today in 2016, as Emmy said. And from the beginning, we chose to embody community. We didn't want to just talk about it. We actually wanted to live it. And in August 2017, the got together for a 2-day gathering. And it quickly really became apparent that we needed a collective regional vision of how we wanted to grow our circle. And so we organized another gathering in February 2018. And that time, but we also invited our funding partner, Indigenous Services Canada, because we wanted from the beginning to work in a spirit of relationship and partnership. And together we created this vision statement that I'm going to read out to you that's been guiding our work since 2018. By 2025, all First Nations in Quebec will have access to the support they need, whether it looks like funding, capacity building, collaboration, networking, mentorship, tools and resources, whatever they need to blaze their CCP trail to self-determination, self-sufficiency, and healing. All partners involved will have a mutual understanding of the importance and the positive impact of community planning, and they'll continue to maintain relationships that are mutually beneficial, meaningful, equitable, and based on trust and respect. And so this leads me to the CCP Circle. So in our vision to embody community, we chose to work as a circle from the beginning, making decisions together, sharing our wisdoms and stories, and really supporting each other. And while the activities have evolved through time, that spirit, that vision has remained the same the whole time. And what's been really important to us is to do that in a trauma-informed way, so that in each of our meetings, each of the times we get together, we take time to really create safety and trust, to make sure that there's always choice and voice, and to really acknowledge and honor our strengths, and to do that in a way that keeps nourishing our resiliency. Nations and communities have been embodying this change that they want to see. They've been using community-led planning to really bring their people together around their shared vision and shared priorities. And we really need the federal government to see this change and to truly commit to supporting this work. Planning is a core function of a nation's governance, and it deserves to be fully funded and supported. Not as a pilot project, but as a keystone component of development. And this is what decolonization and relationship, like truly being in a relationship, this is what it looks like.
So our regional collaboration is the fruit of our collective vision. We wanted to have a place to share planning stories and support each other as community planners. Through this collaboration, we've been able to learn from other communities' experiences and incorporate these practices into our own planning journeys. Personally, I want to see CCP grow in our region and for more communities to have access to this process. Community-led planning is a great way to get organized and to gather new and up-to-date data, which allows communities to move forward together in a positive way for generations to come. Waskaganish-led planning is important because it helps us grow in a better way, not only physically, but also spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Waskaganish community-led planning helped us create a vision of how we're developing based on our culture and our history. It works well because the community controls the direction in which we're moving forward in an integrated way, a balanced way. With community-led planning, everyone has a role. Our elders, our youth, the children, every community member.
I think community-led planning is so important and works well in our communities for a few reasons. I think it creates a pathway for our own community to develop a plan in a safe and healthy environment, and that goes along in line with also healing. It allows us to create an all-inclusive environment, ensuring that all voices are heard. And it also demonstrates that working together to develop our short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals and visions are documented. Planning and understanding who we are, where we want to go tomorrow, and where we want to be in the future will allow us to help our future generations, and they're going to be able to follow something that was done at a community level. We know what our values are and the importance of working towards this long-term plan in each of our communities, and our ideas and all of our viewpoints must be taken into consideration.
Donc, depuis mon arrivée à l'IDD PNQL, j'ai eu la chance d'être témoin de nombreuses réussites qui proviennent du cercle de pratique. Et la plus évidente pour moi, c'est vraiment les relations puis le soutien qui se crée à travers le cercle. Pour reprendre les mots de deux des participants qui m'ont le plus marqué lorsqu'on leur a demandé ce qu'ils aimaient du cercle. L'un a répondu, c'est un lieu plaisant, sécuritaire, où l'on peut apprendre et poser des questions. Et l'autre a répondu, le cercle nous permet de se ressourcer. Il nous rappelle ce que nous essayons de faire en nous inspirant des autres Premières Nations. Et il offre une richesse d'informations et de ressources.
A really important component to community-led planning is to realize that as an Indigenous people, we are storytellers. How do we share our knowledge? That transfer of knowledge happens when we're able to work collectively, share our hopes, share our dreams, our visions for not just for today, but for tomorrow and for the future. It's our time to be able to heal and move forward and ensure that all of our First Nations are able to access funding that is going to allow us to be able to rebuild ourselves.
Les résultats du cercle ont vraiment été de nous supporter dans toute notre démarche là, du début jusqu'à où ce qu'on est rendu en ce moment, là, qui est pratiquement à la fin. Là, puis je pense qu'on serait probablement pas rendu où ce qu'on est rendu en ce moment sans le cercle, là, parce qu'il y a énormément d'informations qui sont partagées à travers le cercle qui nous ont permis d'avancer là, dans notre démarche. Là. Donc, si on mesure aussi notre succès, ben en fait, le succès du cercle des coordonnateurs PCG, là, ce serait tout simplement de regarder où est-ce qu'on est rendu là, ici à Picogan avec notre démarche de planification communautaire globale. Le message que je voudrais faire au gouvernement par rapport à la valeur de la planification communautaire globale, là, c'est que c'est vraiment une démarche là, unique là, qui n'est pas inconnue de nos Premières Nations, qui n'est pas non plus inconnue, je dirais, de la société moderne en général. Là. Quand je dis moderne, je parle vraiment du principe de la démocratie là, qui je juge qui est vraiment importante. Puis la planification communautaire globale est une démarche démocratique qui inclut la population là, dans toute la démarche. Puis je trouve que c'est vraiment important là, de consulter la population là, sur les questions là, qui touchent leur avenir. Là.
Kwekakina, Nin Kimberly Roy, je suis Anishinaabe de Picogan. Ma communauté est située dans l'ouest du Québec. Je travaille depuis avril 2023 comme coordonnatrice à la planification communautaire globale à Picogan. Au sein du Conseil de la Première Nation Abitibi-Winnie, je rassemble les besoins et les rêves de ma communauté pour l'élaboration du plan communautaire global. L'IDD-PNQL s'implique depuis les tout débuts de la PCG à Picogan, autant pour la planification et l'animation d'activités, la compilation et la catégorisation des données, ainsi que la rédaction du plan. Catherine et Amy de l'IDD-PNQL sont comme des guides pour nous. Elles nous coachent, nous accompagnent dans le processus tout en nous motivant. Le fait de partager nos histoires, nos réalités, nos outils ensemble, ça nous unit les communautés entre nous. Le cercle PCG est un processus rassembleur qui nous permet d'être plus forts et de croire en nous et en notre communauté.